All right, that should be going live now. All right, we do have two tornadoes that are on the ground. We got one that is just to the east of Fullerton in Louisiana. We actually have another one that's just to the northwest of Gardner. We have two tornadoes that are on the ground. Nothing quite PDS, but we do have tornadoes that are causing damage and are on the ground. Seek shelter now if you live in any of these areas, as we do have a tornado on the ground. These actually were not warned for a while until a little bit ago, but you can see that's when that touched down around 8:30ish, and that got warned a little bit ago around 8:34, I think, or at least around 8:40ish, somewhere around that time frame. So I want to take one look at the velocity. That is not even that strong with velocities too. So that's impressive with that debris signature. This is going towards the east. Both observed. I guess Alexandria is no longer included in this tornado warning here. I would still continue to seek shelter into any part of your lowest part of your building or home temporarily while these are still on the ground for next however many minutes they are on the ground until these tornado warnings are also expired out. This one is still going for another half an hour. This one's going for another 15 minutes. This one was the bigger one, but that doesn't always mean that it's going to be a larger tornado, even with that debris signature, because sometimes with some of these areas you get a lot of trees and then you get bigger debris signatures like that. But there is a chance that could be a pretty decent sized tornado that is going to be potentially, was potentially on the ground earlier, may not be on the ground anymore. Continuing to keep tabs on that particular tornado. Let me take a look at reflectivity too, because I wonder, because this is definitely becoming less organized as this is going towards the northeast, because there's now convection that's popping in front of this compared to what it was earlier in previous scans. All right, looks like that tornado to the south here. What this one that was had a larger debris signature than the one up here, which this one still seems to be on the ground near Quadrant. Once again, if you're in any of these areas, continue to seek shelter. There is still a tornado that is currently, as of now, on the ground. I was gonna say one thing I will say is I was kind of surprised at the. I was kind of surprised that I did have to go live again, considering there wasn't as much activity once we start got into the like almost 8 o'clock hour, and then it starts ramping up now. Again, we have 2 tornadoes that were on the ground. Let me just change the thumbnail real quick because I still have the thumbnail from the last stream. So I'm pretty sure that's just clear air contamination down there. Yeah, it's just clear air contamination down that way because there's nothing there. Might have something going on in there. We'll have to take a look at the storm relative just in case. But it doesn't seem like there's anything much in there. Gotta keep an eye on that one because this does seem to have a little bit of a hook. Debris all. The guy looks like they're trying to let places could be tornado major criteria. Just saying from experience, live Columbia, Tennessee. So I don't think they're probably got put as a tornado emergency, but I think it would probably go PDS if anything. Although I will say we haven't seen a tornado emergency in a while. I will say. Before you guys, I'm talking through Alexa. I was gonna say I didn't realize that was a thing you could do with Alexa, to be honest. I knew you could like obviously do, voice stuff through Alexa, but I didn't know I could actually type like comments through Alexa. That is new to me. Interesting. Alright, the more you know, I guess, huh? Let me just take a quick look. Sulfur looks interesting. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, it looks like there's some type of rotation ongoing by Sulfur too. That's like right over by Lake Charles. Let me just switch over to Lake Charles radar just in case. Because radar distance is always an issue sometimes. Yeah, it's just wind. Although it looks like it was doing something earlier right around here. Although that's like a 3-minute gap between radar scans there. So looks like it was just wind out of that, looks like, compared to this one here. On Fire TV, Amazon has 2 modes, mobile and desktop, and I'm desktop my road right now. The rotation is looking strong. Looks pretty strong rotation. I mean, we did have that quite sizable debris ball earlier, so kind of would make sense in a way. with what we kind of witness on radar here, because this is what I saw earlier, and then it turned into something big like that. Like it was like a quite sizable debris ball, and then it looks like it kind of lifted, and that's kind of most likely debris fallout right there. Let me take a look at the one that's over here, because this one was just tornado warned as well earlier. Oh, these are kind of almost warned at the nearly the same time, but not quite at the same time. But that looks like it's somewhat potentially near Boyce there, and that could either be hail or debris fallout, one of the two. But I think that's just clear air contamination there. Yeah, it's just clear air. This is where that debris is at right there. Just going towards Boyce. We may get an extension on a tornado warning. Although, I know I was talking about the rotation, some type of rotation from this radar earlier from Lake Charles. But yeah, okay, maybe actually, I'm actually maybe right on that. Looks like something maybe trying to wrap up in there. Look at the storm relative. Storm relative doesn't look impressive, but high res velocity looks like something is impressive going on in there. So we'll have to watch and see what happens with that one, because that's gonna be our next one we're gonna have to watch besides the ones that are currently tornado warned, especially this one. All right, that tornado warning to the north there, which I think still had a little bit still time on that one. I think it was like 15 minutes, or I think if I remember correctly. But now that tornado warning that was covering over by Boyce is now basically, I think, canceled out at this point in time. Oh, never mind. Well, kind of is canceled out, but they did extend that tornado warning a little bit to the northeast, which that just covers to the southwest. That is still observed tornado that is still currently on the ground. Let me just switch over to the CC drop if there is anything on the ground, which I don't really see a whole lot in terms of CC drop, to be honest with you. But this is a new tornado warning. Still confirmed tornado warning for these areas. It's going to be covering a lot of different towns over here. This is currently where it's going through, such as Heinstein, Lizo, Elmer, Elma Haline, Kaliskaisu, Melder, and then Cooley, Cloverdale, Inglewood, Annandale, yeah, McNutt, Gardner, Alfalfa, and Rapids are. I will say when it comes to these types of streams too, it's kind of like a way to kind of learn new town names, I guess you could say. So let me just see what. So it looks like the southwestern portion of Annandale is in this. Willow Glen is also in this, I think, too. Got to call your friend lives in Inglewood. Good idea. Make sure, just give them a heads up. Make sure he gets into a safe place. You know, when you know what grade is, when it's your ESA that you listen to online, just goes what scares you. Yes. I was gonna say there's many different types of EAS alert sounds and stuff. Or well, there's one which I'm still interested in seeing how that's gonna sound with my weather radio that I have in my room once it gets like spring. I was gonna say another interesting thing too. This is they've brought it from a enhanced risk to a slight risk. But yeah, this is dead. I'm just at this point gotta keep an eye on this one for now, for a little while till this kind of either like bronze out more or expires out. But they're probably this does expire out, they're probably gonna issue a severe thunderstorm warning potentially, either or to extend it more still. But we'll have to see, because that is like wrapped like that right there. Wonder what the reflectivity looks like. Yeah, you can see that inflow notch right there. Even on velocity, you can kind of see where it's going. I want to take a look back. Actually, I do want to take a quick look back at the one by Lake Charles. I know there was one that was going on down here too, but I think that might have occluded at this point, because it just looks like wind at this point. Unless it's that. No, it might be that. Let me check. Maybe a little bit there, but it doesn't look anything imminent. Tell you something you noticed talking to Alexa is great. She's so deaf instead of great. It's supposed to say great instead of what it's supposed to be when. I was gonna say that you think with these assistants, you think they would be able to hear properly, but apparently not. I don't know how many weathers you have. All I know is the ones I have sound like Satan is screaming after he realized he has to pay for flood insurance. Well, that is a description right there. That is a funny description. I have one. So far, I have one weather radio. I say so far because maybe I'll get another one. I don't know. We'll see. It's not a bad idea to have as many ways to get alerts as possible. Like I've seen a bunch of those videos too where they have like multiple different like weather radios and they're all going off. Still observed. Got 26 minutes on his tornado warning. That's a special weather man down there. Look at storm relative. Yeah, that is pretty strong on the northeastern side of this. I think that's a lot of that inflow going in. And then when you switch to the high res velocity, it's that backside right here that's the strongest. Let me look at, because I know there's two different types of tilts with the high res. I was gonna say, look. I wonder how much RFD is coming back through here. Which one do you have? Because I have so many WR 100s and 120s, 400s, and a lot of recons, so a lot of radio share. Just I was gonna say, because I know I have a Midland, but I don't remember which one. I think I have the 120. Yeah, I have the 120. Or 100. I was gonna say, it's either a 120 or 100. I can't remember. It's one of the two. I'll have to look. And because I know I have it saved somewhere in one of my Amazon lists. I don't know if it's even still on there or not though. I said I have the one. Okay, then I think I have the 120 then because I know I have the volume on them, the volume buttons on them, which so far has been pretty useful when I don't want to be absolutely blasting the ears with just the National Weather Service messages. Or at least I have it high enough where it's still like obviously audible. Which actually, let me just turn it on right now. Yeah, just more clouds this week. Yay. Alright, so they just updated that tornado warning. They just condensed it a little bit. This is still moving towards the northeast, towards Alexandria. We could see an extension on this if they do end up continuing this tornado warning. I mean, a lot of reds blasted years at 3 a.m. Ah, yes. I was gonna say if it was blasted at like 3 a.m. because so far I stay up pretty late, and it's like I go up the stairs, and all of a sudden I just hear this thing, go off. Although I did just get this a year, so I haven't gotten any alerts that would do that yet, since I got it so recently, and the weather has been that inclement yet up where I'm at in Illinois. So it's gonna be interesting next year though in the spring. Yeah, that's a lot. That is definitely RFD. A lot of dense fog advisories ongoing up here, though, I will say, in Illinois. At least northern Illinois, I should say. I don't know about southern Illinois. Saturday, I do want to take a little. I want to do talk. Yeah, I do want to talk about a little bit with Saturday, which there is a enhanced day 3 risk, which is probably gonna be driven by a tornadic risk, if anything. Wouldn't be surprised if we do get a moderate on that day, though. Will be interesting once we get closer to that day, though, if we do end up getting that moderate risk. Yeah, I'm just looking at the Northern Illinois right now in terms of dense fog advisory, because I also have Radar Omega on my phone. Well, you have to have Radar Omega on your phone, and then you have to buy a subscription in order to get it on your desktop. But yeah, a lot of Northern Illinois is just under a dense fog advisory. I don't know how long you've been streaming, like months, but you remember December 9th, 2023? Because I do. My sister was near Henderson, Tennessee tornado. Well, for me, I don't specifically remember. I do remember watching a lot of just like people like Max Velocity live streaming it, though. I didn't start doing live streams until I think May of this year, I think, actually. So I wouldn't have caught that on any streams. Which sometimes I do wish I could have started. Sometimes I did wish I could, or well, I wish I did start this kind of thing earlier, like last year. But I want to kind of ease myself in through this year. But I don't know how much I do remember that tornado, though. I'll have to, if I can type on my keyboard, that'd be amazing. I do remember. I can't remember what December tornado was, though. I think it must have been Mayfield that I remember off the top of my head, but that was like 3-ish years ago. About. Why am I talking to Alexa? Is that a screen keyboard sucks? I know. I think Alexa has skill issues, to be honest. Definitely still have a broad area rotation on radar here, but doesn't seem to be as tight of a rotation as it was earlier. Definitely still have a inflow notch right there, though, right in there. As I said, hopefully this doesn't recycle, but there's a chance this could. Still got 16 minutes on this tornado warning. We do actually have a flash flood warning now too, as well, as the storms are kind of moving through Louisiana. What is that? It's clear air. So I think that's definitely clear air. Yeah, it's definitely clear air. Doesn't seem like there's any. I was gonna say, because if there was a tornado there, that would be a long line of debris. But obviously, tornadoes are more centered with their debris ball on a CC compared to whatever that going on there. Unless that could also be hail up there, but it's more than likely just clear air. You tell it's late at night because I can't speak English. Yeah, that is definitely becoming a lot more open than it was earlier in previous scans with the inflow. So there's a chance this could recycle. Another 13 minutes on this tornado warning. Continues to stay in your safe places until this tornado warning is expired out. They just updated tornado warning, which is more condensed. Surprisingly, they haven't issued a new tornado warning just quite yet, but they are continuing a tornado warning. Still radar indicated. Take a look at the reflectivity. Inflow is still opening up more. It's moving towards the northeast, towards Alexandria and Ball, Louisiana. Bet. Wow, I need to drink some water. Hello, back. Join your Discord. Welcome to the Discord. Thank you. Thank you. if I can, once again, the late night hours. Well, it's not really late night. It's nighttime. Yes. Yeah, thank you for joining the Discord. Definitely a lot of lightning in this area too, with this portion of the storm here. So that inflow, it was definitely opening up there. I don't know if it's starting to close back up. So it might be trying to close back up there, because it looks like it was trying to recycle, but let's take a look at velocity. It still looks like it has inflow going into it, but we'll have to see, because it's still broad. Probably the biggest area of rotation I've seen in a hot minute. Although I did see one earlier today, but they put my area for Saturday under marginal risk in Tennessee. I was going to say, yeah, because I know there's a couple areas that are in marginal risk, which would be outside of the slight risk, such as parts in like Alabama, and then also, of course, Tennessee, and even into Arkansas there, and then also Texas, where we literally just had that tornado threat earlier today, which you could actually see the tornado reports from earlier today. First one, which was down in El Campo, and then it kind of progressed through the northeast. So I do want to take a look at the areas down in Lake Charles here, because I did see something from this radar, but may just be just due to the distance of the radar. Is there anyone else in chat that would like to join? Because kind of get. I will say that is a goal of mine for next year, with kind of just reaching out to more people on this channel, and then also just grow a community on Discord as well. While I'm at it, and we have extension on a tornado warning. That is still radar indicated. This is gonna be for Alexandria, Pineville, Sapes, Shady Oaks, Barron, Buckeye, DeVille, Green Gables, and I don't think there's any other towns out this way. Ball as well. So I think it's starting to fall apart a little bit there. Definitely doesn't seem to be as strong as it was earlier. Although, I mean, it's still a strong rotation, strong but broad rotation, but definitely starting to weaken out a little bit there. My room right now sounds like Satan's Madhouse. If it just says Satan's Madhouse, just know Alexa is deaf. What I mean is, instead of no, it's supposed to be no. I was gonna say, it feels like with, you know how there's like certain words that are like spelled the same way but have different meanings. Although no and no are spelled differently but sound the same. Man, look at that radar loop. It really shows you how potent this storm was. Or at least this tornado was, I should say. Flash flood warning just got extended up towards this way, I think. Do we have... I was gonna say, I wonder... There's gotta be cameras in Alexandria somewhere. Wow, that is great, YouTube. The top result is like the world's most low quality thumbnail I've ever seen in my life. Ah, there we go. I think I found it. Did the two people who are also watching along with me chat with me? I was gonna say, because I know there's people that kind of just like pop in, kind of pop out throughout the stream, and I kind of just watch and see what kind of happens. I do want to look at Power Outage US because I know this is probably... I'm not sure what county this is, but I know it's somewhere at the edge. I wonder if the power's gone out yet or not, because I know there's pretty strong winds coming through here. Is this camera up? Is this camera up? Oh no, that camera's up. I don't know where any of these cameras are, or which ones are even anywhere near. Because here's I-49. Let me just go to I-49 and see if there's anything. Meter cannot be loaded. Okay, so there's a couple that Okay, there's one. There's one camera that I could find that's still online somehow. What state do I live in? I live in Illinois. It's been pretty cold recently, for sure. Up here, I will say though. But although today it was much warmer than it was yesterday. And then of course it was even the day before yesterday too was pretty cold too. Still kind of just watching this. I think the other one I think probably expired out, either that or they canceled out. But I think the more likely it got canceled out. So now we just have this tornado warning on going for another 15 minutes. And we still have kind of some rotation in there, but I think this is becoming more outflow at this point compared to rotation. Not that there isn't rotation here, but I think this is definitely becoming more outflow. Oh, my nose. I wonder how, just from like from the state I live in, from like the tip of this state, I wonder how, just out of curiosity, where is it? 400 miles from there, I guess. That's more like an eyeball estimate, though. Of more like eyeball. I like eyeballed the tip of Illinois to the tornado warning. All right, we're on the 9:30 radar update. Not much has changed so far. Kind of monitoring everything down here as well. Might have something just to north of Lake Charles there, but that depends on if these radars agree, which it looks to not be the case on Lake Charles radar. So definitely just probably either just contamination or just radars just having the wrong data from that far away. So hopefully after this would be the last tornado for tonight, but probably be watching if anything else does end up developing within this line of storms, because it looks because when I was like in my stream earlier, I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be it for this. Like that's to be it for tonight. It's gotta be dying down with tornado threat, and then this happens. Is this me or does it look like stronger? Um, I don't know. I think it might be just the south side right here that might be what's given that looking to be more stronger probably because it's like surging with wind on that south side. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure it might be just starting to weaken out. But we'll have to see in the next couple of scans. I'm hoping this is starting to die down. That way, everybody in this tornado warning can have a good night's sleep. I was gonna say because there's that inflow notch still there, but that inflow notch keeps getting like interrupted by all the convection around it. I was gonna say I feel like that area near Oakdale is trying to do something there, but doesn't look anything like this one is right now, where it still has that inflow notch kind of right there. That is the weirdest line I ever drawn in my life for an inflow notch. Oh hey, it's like a sideways U, angled U. How many? Okay, so that power outage number is going up in Louisiana. I do want to check Texas because I know there was storms that obviously went through there earlier. Well, this was the line of storms that went through Texas earlier, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I will say the human mind is something. Hold on, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and probably get a drink. Although I actually never mind. I don't need to get a drink because I saw my water bottle near me. All right, bathroom break. I just moved my. Oh, I just moved my leg. That is not good. Oh, who all agrees 2024 went by fast? It really did. It really went by fast. I'm kind of curious of what they're saying for Saturday's risk for the enhanced risk area. Mid-level trough across Texas Panhandle will move across the southern plains, become negatively tilted across the Ozarks by Saturday evening into the high Ohio Valley by Sunday morning. Low moisture will move inland across the Gulf Coast by 12 East Saturday, so that's about like 6 a.m. Saturday. Through day, low flow strengthens across the warm sector, across a head of surface low. More slash mid Mississippi Valley, broad warm sector, advancing inland, low level flow, warm sector, low level jet. Okay, looks like that tornado, that rotation's definitely died down by a lot because that inflow notch is not there as much as it was earlier. Because that inflow notch is completely gone. Because you see, the inflow notch was like there, and then it kind of disappeared for a moment there, and then reappeared. And I was kind of fighting to get that inflow notch in there. Now it's basically gone at this point. Enhanced risk close to my area. Oh, trying to adjust my chair here. I was gonna say, because I will say when it comes to severe weather days, lightning shows are always interesting to kind of watch. Because severe weather days always give the best like lightning shows. I don't know. I always like watching lightning. So I actually have a video that I uploaded in June from this year that actually had like one of those days where you could see like the lightning going across the sky. And we are now no longer have a tornado warning. That's the first time in a while. Again, first time in a while, and again in the first time in a while. First time in a while again. Whatever sentence you want to choose, I don't know. And then, yeah, it looks like a lot of this is just becoming a long line, just like linear storms here. Although we could maybe see something pop up in front of these, but we'll have to see. Or what? Yeah, that is definitely broadened out with that rotation by a lot. And that's a special weather statement. Bring us up to 50 miles per hour on that special weather statement. About 4 hours on that tornado watch, but I don't know. Let me just check a couple of the other areas real quick here. All right. So looks like that. Yeah, this has definitely died down right here. And there might be something try to form down here that I'm seeing near Cloverdale, Moreland, Chambers, and Landner and Inglewood. We'll have to check the velocity because that just could be just outflow rather than actual rotation on that. Which I think is just more or less just outflow compared to any actual rotation there. A lot of her tornadoes severe weather came from storm chasers and more specifically Reed Timmer. I was gonna say I was gonna say because I watch Brand Kopic, Vince Walty, Connor Croft, and then also Reed Timmer as well, and then with severe weather broadcasting with Max Velocity is the big the one main person that really got me into like wanting to kind of do this. I'm like, you know what, I could take a shot at doing this, and I will say I've been trying to get better, or at least try and improve what I can try and do on these type of streams. Try to try to get information out as best I can. Not to toot my own horn, of course, but yeah, always good to improve yourself every day. I was gonna say, I think it's Brandon. I don't know how often Vince is on Fox Weather, but I know Brandon is. I don't know who else Vince is one of the storm chasers along with Brandon and Severe Weather Days. I was gonna say because I know. I was gonna say yeah. I was gonna say because I know Brandon and Vince kind of like follow along in their own like I want to say like convoy for some reason with like not like a storm chaser or conga line, but kind of like a small little convoy. I guess I don't know. Something like that. I was gonna say that's another thing too. I don't. When did I get a notification from Vince Walton today? Because I know I haven't. I subscribed to him. Although I know there's a lot of storm chasers that did not go storm chase today. So I know Corey Gherkin I think was down here, somewhere in Texas over here, and I think Ryan Scholl I think was down there too. Just take a look at any activity going on by Lake Charles, but just kind of looking. Doesn't seem like there's really much in terms of any tornado threat for Lake Charles tonight compared to a wind threat, which a lot of those storms are quickly moving towards the east. So Baton Rouge could see maybe a couple storms and showers as these are heading towards the southeast. Well, these are like heading east, northeast, I think, actually. And this tornado watch is slowly starting to be more and more condensed. Have you heard of a man named Will Nunley? I have not. Not too familiar to be honest with him. I'm guessing because I'm looking because I just searched him up. It looks like a report like a reporter, weather reporter for Weather Nation. Looks like I see Weather Nation and Fox. He used to be right near the Hurricane and Fox weather whenever there were hurricanes. Now he's back to working for Weather Nation. He owns a local radio stations. We're here where he does not treat them well. I'm guessing. I was gonna say because I know with Alexa, I'm guessing there's a few words that Alexa missed in that sentence there. And then with this area, we're gonna be in a radar hole. Ah, yes, everybody's favorite thing when it comes to weather: radar holes. Not. They really need to get a radar out here somewhere. Because this area right here. I know there's Baton Rouge right here, but I don't know. There needs to be another radar somewhere around here, especially like maybe like right here where this is. I'm. Oh yeah, actually, especially Missouri as well. I know Iowa covers there, and then St. Louis covers there, but it would be nice to have a radar here as well. Because that's another problem area that I've had when it comes to trying to look for severe weather when there's severe weather in that particular area. There are a few words on Alexa miss, and there is a character limit on chat. That's a good point with the character limit, Because I think it's like 200? 200, 150 something. I can't remember what the exact limit is for YouTube chat. Somewhere around there, I know. One of those numbers. Yeah, this is slowly. This line of storms here is slowly starting to decline in that tornadic threat, and is looking to be more like a wind threat out of this particular activity. Gonna be alive for a few more minutes just to see if anything kind of develops. Hopefully nothing develops for the rest of tonight, even with this tornado watch. I just take a quick check on that there. Let's do see Saturday, and just so you know, they're probably gonna update this light risk to our area. I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if they do update that to at least a slight risk for tomorrow. Which I have a feeling that risk would probably be either with wind or hail. I feel like it could probably be maybe more of a wind threat. We'll have to see tomorrow. When it does get updated to that slight risk, if it does get to that slight risk. But that is it for tonight, I guess, as well. Because I don't see much more activity out of this line of storms at this point in time. Even with this activity that did have some tornadic activity within it. Although I might actually wait a little bit here, actually, just in case. Which just may just be contamination of everything else that's ongoing within this area compared to anything tornadic. Yeah, that's I think that's definitely gonna be it for tonight, actually. Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you all on Saturday. I don't specifically. Oh. Oh. Maybe I see this giant stream. Oh, that's what he meant. Okay. Well, I'll be streaming anyways on Saturday, anyways too. So there's that. Well, I was that. That's a moment and a half right there. I will say. Anyways, I'll be streaming on Saturday. I don't know what time yet. And yeah, I'll see you the next one and stuff. Yeah. I don't know why I said yeah like that. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what sometimes things I say sometimes. I don't know. But I'll see you on stream Saturday.